Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome in the class. It is the main idea. It is the main idea, opinion, or theory of a person. It is this definition is given in the Cambridge Dictionary. Thesis means thesis means the main idea, opinion, or theory of a person. Thesis. Hypo means under, beneath, down, less than normal. So hypothesis. So it is less than a thesis. It is a thesis, but not a complete thesis. Less than thesis. So it is a clear statement. It shows what the researcher thinks or what the researcher guesses about a relationship. Relationship among variables. The researcher hypothesis. A hypothesis explains how two or more things are related, or two or more variables, how they are related, what kind of connection they have. A hypothesis explains what kind of connections the variables have. A hypothesis proposes a relationship. A hypothesis proposes a relationship between the variables. Later, it is tested, it is checked through real data and observations. First, we formulate a hypothesis, then we test it. It is an educated guess. A hypothesis is an educated guess. It is not a random guess. It is not a random guess, it is an educated guess. It is made after thinking carefully. A researcher carefully thinks, then a hypothesis is made after careful thinking. A hypothesis shows what effect the independent variable has on the dependent variable. A hypothesis shows what effect the independent variable has on a dependent variable. In simple words, one thing affects another thing. One thing is X, the other thing is Y. X affects Y. In a hypothesis, X affects Y. One thing affects the other thing. One variable affects the other variable. An independent variable affects the dependent variable or causes a change in it. It affects it or it causes a change in it. Important point here is not every hypothesis is correct. Not every hypothesis is correct. Some hypotheses can be incorrect. It can be proven wrong after testing. The hypothesis can be proven wrong after testing. This means a hypothesis is just an idea. It is not the final truth. It is not a law. It is not the final truth. It is just an idea. It is an educated guess. Evidence decides whether it is supported or not. After testing, the evidence will decide whether the hypothesis is correct or not correct. Characteristics of good hypotheses. A hypothesis must be written properly. A hypothesis must be written properly so that it can be tested clearly and convincingly. You should start your research with a clear hypothesis because it becomes the base for all later steps. It will become base for later steps. If the hypothesis is weak, it shows you don't fully understand the relationship. It shows you don't fully understand the relationship. It can also lead to mistakes and reduce the value of your results. Writing a clear hypothesis is not easy. It needs practice. It needs practice to write a clear hypothesis. A good hypothesis has six main features. Six main features. It is an ये मेरा डाटा पैकेज. Okay, empirical statement. The first characteristic is empirical statement. A hypothesis should be based on facts and observation, not on opinions or personal beliefs. A hypothesis should not be based on opinions. It should not be based on personal beliefs. Example of a normative statement. Democracy is the best form of government. It is a normative statement. It depends on our likes and dislikes. So we like democracy, then we say, if we like democracy, then we say democracy is the best form of government. Is it a good hypothesis? No, it is not a good hypothesis. It is normative. This shows preference. You are preferring democracy over the systems. In hypothesis, you do not show your preference. It cannot be tested. This statement cannot be tested. So it is not a good hypothesis. A correct hypothesis should show a relationship between two observable things with high literacy. Comes. You can compare measurable outcomes. At 30, then it is a fact. Then it is a fact. Okay, so we should understand the difference between opinion and low turnout is bad. Low turnout is bad. Okay, this is opinion. Low turnout is bad. It is an opinion. It is not testable. We cannot test whether something is bad or good. The second characteristic of good hypothesis, that is generality. A good hypothesis should apply to many cases. It should apply to many cases. If it applies only to one case, it is not a good hypothesis. Not just one specific case. It should talk about patterns. A good hypothesis should talk about pattern. It should not talk about individual events. Writing in plural form helps. If you write in plural form, you write your hypothesis in plural form, it is good. It shows you are studying more than one case. It shows you are studying more than one case when you write in plural form. Weak or too narrow examples. Senator X voted this way because. Senator X. Is it plural? Senator X. No, it is singular. So if you are talking about one senator, it is not a good hypothesis. It is a weak example. Narrow, too narrow. Joe is liberal because Joe, again, it is one person. So it will be a weak hypothesis if you write this way. Senators are more likely to vote. Yes. If you start with senators, plural, all senators. So if you start like this, it means your hypothesis is likely to be good. People tend to adopt views like their parents. Again, here you are talking about many people, maybe all the people. So you are talking about multiple items. So it is a good hypothesis. It can be. General hypotheses help expand knowledge beyond single cases. General hypotheses help expand knowledge beyond single cases. Number three, plausibility. It is the third character. Only those ideas able to justify your idea using logic or past research. Literature review is that is why literature is